What if the reason you're struggling isn't because you're not working hard enough, but because you're trying to solve the wrong problem? Many people spend years searching for answers, only to discover that they were asking the wrong questions all along. Today's story is about a king and his 3 sons. A simple challenge would decide who would inherit an entire kingdom. But the winner wasn't the strongest, the richest, or even the most confident prince. In fact, no one expected him to win at all. So what made the difference? Let's find out. Long ago, there was a prosperous kingdom ruled by an aging king. He had everything a ruler could wish for: vast wealth, a powerful army, and a magnificent palace. But as the years passed, one question troubled him more than anything else. Who would rule the kingdom after him? The king had 3 sons, and each believed he deserved the throne. One day, the king summoned all 3 princes to the royal court and handed each of them 100 gold coins. "My sons," he said, "I have a challenge for you. Use this money to buy something that can fill my entire palace. Whoever completes this task in the best way will become the next king." As soon as they heard the challenge, the 3 princes set off for the marketplace. The eldest prince decided to buy hay because it was inexpensive and could occupy a lot of space. Soon, wagon after wagon arrived at the palace loaded with hay. It filled a large portion of the building, but much of the palace still remained empty. The second prince believed he could do better. He bought cotton, thinking it would take up even more space than hay. Huge piles of cotton were stacked throughout the palace, yet even then the palace was not completely filled. Despite their efforts, neither prince had succeeded in filling the entire palace. Then it was the youngest prince's turn. Unlike his brothers, he spent the entire day wandering through the marketplace without buying anything. He visited shops, spoke with merchants, and carefully observed everything around him. As evening approached, he finally stopped at a small store and purchased a tiny box. When he returned to the palace carrying only that box, his brothers burst into laughter. Even the courtiers smiled, convinced that he had already lost the competition. The king looked at the box and asked, "Do you really believe you can fill this entire palace with that?" The young prince respectfully replied, "Yes, father." Then he opened the box. Inside was a small oil lamp. He lit it and placed it in the center of the palace. Within moments, its light spread throughout the grand hall, the corridors, the high ceilings, and every corner of the palace. The darkness vanished, and the entire palace was filled with light. A stunned silence fell over the court. No one had expected such an answer. The king rose from his throne and walked toward the young prince. "My son," he asked, "how did you come up with this idea?" The prince bowed respectfully and replied, "Father, my brothers worked hard and chose wisely. At first, I was thinking the same way they were. But then a question came to mind. Does filling a place simply mean filling it with things? The more I thought about it, the more I realized that truly filling a space means reaching every part of it. And nothing reaches every corner of this palace better than light. That's why I chose this lamp." The king remained silent for a moment before turning to his older sons. "Do you understand now why your brother succeeded?" he asked. Neither prince had an answer. The king then addressed the entire court. "Today I gave all 3 of my sons the same challenge. None of them lacked effort, and none of their ideas were foolish. But my youngest son understood something deeper. Before solving a problem, you must first understand what the problem truly is." Then the king took the young prince's hand and raised it before the court. A kingdom needs a ruler who doesn't just search for answers. It needs someone who knows how to ask the right questions. Because when the question is right, the answer often reveals itself. At that very moment, the king declared the youngest prince his successor. Not because he had simply completed a challenge, but because he had demonstrated wisdom. While his brothers focused on filling a palace, he focused on bringing light to everyone inside it. And that made all the difference. The lesson of this story is simple. The choices we make affect not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Most people spend their time asking, "What's best for me?" But truly wise people ask, "How will this help others?" In the end, people may forget your achievements, your possessions, or even your success. But they will never forget your character, your kindness, and the way you made them feel. And remember, whenever you bring light into someone else's life, that light has a way of finding its way back to you. Friends, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.